as a build up to all this censorship, right? All these so let me yeah. So I think one of the reasons all of this censorship stuff hits so close to home with me is because I was someone who worked on the Bernie campaign, and it really started to ramp up hard during the 2020 election, the 2020 election. And I don't know if you remember this or not, but it was so clear to me what was happening, right? And here's how I view the situation, right? So Trump was president and had been for 3 years, and the media had been going crazy, doing everything they could to try and depose him, impeaching, accusing him of being a Russian spy. But how did Trump get in to the White House in the first place? Well, he got in through social media because people are largely disgusted with the mainstream media and ignore it. And while the mainstream media ran their narratives and their polls and all their garbage about deplorables and, you know, Hillary's such a great woman and Trump's such a racist hater and all this stuff, Trump was talking directly to people through Twitter. And when election night happened and the numbers came in and the polls were all completely wrong and Trump won, I think a couple things happened. First of all, the people who worked for Hillary Clinton, who were promised positions in power, were very upset, and they went, "What are we going to do? You know, well, we're going to blame Russia, and we're going to spend the next 4 years, you know, trying to paint Trump as a Russian and doing everything we can to get him out of there. And we're also going to tamp down on the way he got around our narrative, which was social media." So it started during the election, and I experienced this. I was banned for stuff. And I don't know if you remember this or not, but the press ran stories actively about mean people on social media. And what this kind of showed was, wow, reporters and media people hate things like Twitter because now they have to answer for their bullshit. People come after you if you say some dumb shit that has no basis, and these people have been so insulated for so long, out there sucking dick to power, stenographers to power, you know, going to the same cocktail parties as politicians and licking their assholes instead of being reporters and reporting, you know, objectively on what's happening, that this was such a shock to them. So watch this CNN clip from the Bernie era when this really started.
Recent weeks, trolling Senator Elizabeth Warren as a snake, and in post after post, labeling Mayor Pete Buttigieg a rat. Two victims of this tell CNN they were so afraid of the online attacks they faced, they don't even want us to describe the circumstances for fear it would start up again.
I love
they both just
the one in the middle says the
politics of Bernie Sanders in a public setting, and their personal lives were exposed and attacked.
So this is where this started, right? After Trump won, and now with the review, like the Twitter files coming out and everything, you can kind of see this concerted effort to tamp down social media because the narrative control people, the kingmakers in the mainstream press, who could always smear someone and gain public, you know, sway the public opinion in a presidential election, had lost their power with Trump because they spent, you know, the entire campaign cycle attacking him, and he still won. So social media was a threat. And so this was the beginning of, oh, look how mean these people are, when the reality is that you see that one comment, you know, they lobbyist plant, they call that guy a lobbyist, but yeah, he probably was a lobbyist plant. And so these quote unquote reporters, aka media people who are, you know, like I said before, stenographers to power, don't want this level of criticism. So they're going to work to help get social media locked down.